The 13-year-old girl was dropped off at Radio City. She wanted to attend the MTV Video Music Awards back in 2000.
And we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names.
All of this was uncovered during that raid on Diddy's Miami compound back in 2024.
Big news just dropped. New court leaks reveal shocking evidence linking Jay-Z to Diddy's notorious multi-day freak-offs. Even more surprising, rumors suggest Diddy may have escorted Beyoncé to these secret parties. What's really happening behind the scenes? Stay tuned as we break down all the latest updates. What's happening now? Let's get right into it. So, the latest bombshell in the music world is this refiled lawsuit out of New York that's shaking things up big time. It accuses Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl at a 2000 MTV Video Music Awards afterparty more than 2 decades ago. But the allegations have just resurfaced in a major way. Here's how it supposedly went down. The girl was allegedly lured to the party by a limo driver who claimed he worked for Diddy. The driver reportedly told her she fit what Diddy was looking for. Once she got there, she was made to sign a non-disclosure agreement, but she never got a copy. That's already sketchy. The lawsuit claims that Diddy tried to force her into a sex act, which she resisted. And now, in this refiled version of the lawsuit, Jay-Z has been named as Celebrity A, accused of taking turns with Diddy in assaulting the girl. What added fuel to the fire was the 2024 federal raid on Diddy's Miami mansion. That's when authorities uncovered a trove of evidence, weapons, sex toys, and other items that paint a disturbing picture. This isn't just a simple case anymore. It's part of a much bigger investigation into what prosecutors are calling a criminal enterprise. Jay-Z's connection and public silence. Now, let's talk about Jay-Z. Since these allegations came out, he's been mostly silent. No big public statements, and no interviews addressing the claims directly. That silence has only made people more suspicious. And you know how the internet works. When someone doesn't speak up, rumors start flying. Jay-Z did file a defamation lawsuit against the accuser, but here's the thing. That case was dismissed on a technicality. That means the court didn't rule on whether the allegations were true or false, just that the lawsuit couldn't proceed for legal reasons. So the allegations themselves haven't been disproven in court. It's also important to remember that Jay-Z and Diddy have been part of the same inner circle for years. They've been seen together at countless events, parties, and private gatherings. Their friendship and professional collaborations have been well documented. But now, with these allegations, people are wondering if there's a darker side to that relationship. Adding to the drama, past connections of Jay-Z with artists like Aaliyah and R. Kelly have come back into the spotlight. Remember Dame Dash's criticism of Jay-Z for working with R. Kelly after the allegations against him? This whole situation is making people revisit those old controversies and question what went on behind the scenes, inside the Freak-Offs. Now here's where things get even more intense. The term Freak-Offs has been popping up in court documents and leaks. So what exactly are these Freak-Offs? According to the allegations, these were multi-day sex parties hosted by Diddy. And when it says multi-day, it means some of these parties lasted up to 4 days straight. These weren't just small gatherings either. Reports say many A-list celebrities attended these Freak-Offs. No one has publicly admitted to participating in the sexual activities alleged to have happened there. It's all very hush-hush, which makes the whole thing even more mysterious and, honestly, creepy. The witness list for the case is sealed, so we don't know the full extent of who was involved or who might testify. But rumors have been swirling about some big names. Britney Spears and Dallas Austin have been mentioned as being in Diddy's orbit during that time. Whether they were at these parties or not is still unclear, but the speculation is wild. And then there's Beyoncé. The internet exploded with theories that Diddy might have escorted her to some of these events. Now, Beyoncé hasn't been named in any legal documents, and there's no concrete evidence linking her directly to these freak-offs. But given her close relationship with both Diddy and Jay-Z, people can't help but wonder what she might have known or seen. The role of Beyoncé. Speaking of Beyoncé, let's unpack that a bit more because this is where things get sticky. Beyoncé is one of the biggest stars in the world, and her name being thrown into this mess has caused a huge stir online. Some fans and insiders have speculated that Beyoncé was escorted by Diddy to these freak-offs. Others say she might have been completely unaware of what was going on behind the scenes. There's also talk about the so-called Beyoncé curse, which is the idea that whenever something controversial happens around her circle, it somehow affects her career or public image. But here's the key point. There is no official evidence or court documents naming Beyoncé as involved in any wrongdoing. These are mostly rumors and internet theories fueled by her close ties to Diddy and Jay-Z. What's interesting, though, is how this has divided fans. Some are fiercely protective of Beyoncé, insisting she's innocent and has nothing to do with any of this. Others are more skeptical and want answers, especially given the silence from her camp. It's a classic case of, where there's smoke, is there fire? But until more concrete information comes out, it's all speculation. Courtroom drama. All right, let's get into the courtroom drama because this is where things heat up. The trial has brought some seriously intense testimonies and jaw-dropping evidence to light. One of the key voices in the courtroom has been Cassie Ventura, the singer and former Bad Boy Records artist. She's been very vocal about her experience, alleging long-term abuse and coercion while working with Diddy. Cassie claims she was forced to participate in these so-called freak-offs and was threatened with exposure if she didn't comply. That's heavy stuff. Then there's Kid Cudi, who shared a chilling story about his Porsche being firebombed after he started dating Cassie. Think of that. According to him, Diddy was behind the attack, although Diddy initially denied it and later apologized. The jury even saw graphic photos of the damage, which added a whole new layer of intimidation to the case. But it's not just the big names. Former employees of Diddy's camp have come forward with stories of violence and intimidation. They talked about physical abuse happening on private jets and orders to clean up evidence of beatings or suspicious substances. These aren't just rumors. They've been corroborated by multiple witnesses, including Cassie's mother and makeup artists close to the inner circle. And then there's the physical evidence. Homeland Security agents presented some pretty wild stuff seized from Diddy's Miami mansion. We're talking AR-15 rifles with scratched-off serial numbers, bondage gear, huge amounts of baby oil and lubricants, stripper heels, and even male performance enhancers. It's like a crime scene straight out of a movie, legal strategies and industry impact. Now, let's break down what's going on behind the scenes with the legal teams. The prosecution is coming in strong, painting this as a criminal enterprise. They're charging Diddy with racketeering, sexual assault, coercion, and conspiracy, a long-running, organized pattern of abuse and control. They argue that Diddy used his celebrity power to manipulate and intimidate young artists and others around him. On the flip side, the defense is fighting back hard. They're trying to discredit witnesses by suggesting they have personal grudges or financial motives. For example, they portray Cassie Ventura as manipulative, claiming she played Diddy and Kid Cudi to her advantage. The defense also questions the reliability of other witnesses who might have been fired or settled lawsuits with Diddy's team. This legal battle isn't just about these individuals. It's a reflection of a bigger reckoning in the entertainment industry. People are finally calling out abuse of power and demanding accountability from some of the biggest names in music and Hollywood. Public and celebrity reactions. Of course, with a story this explosive, the public and celebrity reactions have been non-stop. Social media is buzzing, with fans, influencers, and fellow artists weighing in. One of the loudest voices has been rapper 50 Cent, who's made some pointed comments about Jay-Z's silence and the whole situation. Then there's Dame Dash, the former Bad Boy co-founder, who's been critical of Jay-Z's past decisions and ties to controversial figures like R. Kelly. Fans are divided. Some are defending Jay-Z and Beyoncé, insisting these allegations are baseless or part of a smear campaign. Others are demanding transparency and answers, especially given the serious nature of the claims. The music industry itself is on edge. This case is causing a lot of fear and uncertainty, especially among younger artists who might feel vulnerable. It's also sparking conversations about how power dynamics work behind the scenes and how easy it can be for abuse to go unchecked when surrounded by fame and money. What do you think? Will this trial bring real justice? Or is it just the beginning of a much bigger reckoning? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for exclusive updates. Thanks for watching.